What's up everyone? Welcome to a new investing video from PerFinEx, the #1 English speaking and independent financial planner in Germany. This episode of our community investing is called Putin More. You know what's currently going on in the world, no need that we discuss this here. Rather, let's talk about what we can control, and that is how we handle our very own personal financial situation. Now, I've seen the comments on some of the last videos in which some people complain that we focus on money and investing while there's a war happening around us. I understand, but that's my job, guys. What do you expect? What am I supposed to do now? Leave all you guys hanging that trust us with their hard-earned money? I'm not gonna do that. There's always f***ed up shit happening in this world. Now a war, previous it was the pandemic, all kinds of bad things. Some worse than others, okay, but that's no reason to not do my job. Starting this war is wrong and stupid, that's why we have the cover photo here, and it bit Putin in his butt already. You'll see in a minute. Are we cool now and can we keep it civil in the comments? Talk like real adults? Alright, then let's go. No agenda today because there's really only one topic that we need to talk about before we come to the portfolio updates. But if you want to join our investing community, thank you first of all. And secondly, you have to do the post ident or video ident. Registering with the link in the description is not enough. That's only step 1. Step 2 is to identify yourself with post ident or video ident. Some of you register online with Fidelity and then wonder why nothing's happening. Please check if you did post ident or video ident already. If you have any problems with that because post is super German again and doesn't like your passport or whatever reason, let us know and we'll open your investment account manually. Not sure if I ever told publicly on YouTube, but I don't watch news. Never. In fact, I haven't watched news in many years. Zip! There goes all my credibility as financial advisor. Why not? Because I can see everything I need to know in the global capital markets. Why would I check clickbait headlines that just try to scare me when I can see the compiled result in the charts? It's a waste of time. And to much of my surprise, this is how global capital markets reacted to Russia invading Ukraine. S&P 500, the 500 largest companies in the US, are down 3.3% in the last 3 months. Japanese Nikkei is down 5.1% over the last 3 months, and Euro Stoxx is down 6.4%. That's nothing. Surprisingly, the market didn't give a single shit about the war. Who would have thought that, huh? So, I actually feel kinda good about all of this. About the behavior of the global financial markets. Not about the war. The only market that plummeted for real is the Russian market with almost minus 44% over the last 3 months. Earlier this week, Russian central bank also decided to double interest rate to 20%. Russia also started to default on some of their loans by not paying interest on time. So just a few days after the start of the war, Russia has become an economic disaster. Karma is a mirror. And as some of you reached out asking what you can do right now with your investments, welcome to the start of our new segment, Investing During War. In the January video, I told you that you might want to be careful with investing a lot based on the interest rate hike. In the February video, I told you to invest carefully in case the invasion really happens. Can I see the future now? Am I the smartest person in the world and also the most handsome? Probably all true, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point is that it was obvious that there's something on the horizon that could happen. And as we have a risk-focused approach, we are careful with recommendations what you should do with your hard-earned money. I told every single one of you in consultation this year that we want to start investing slowly over the next few months instead of dumping in all your money hoping for the best. And I'm very happy with our approach looking back. As we don't know how things will develop in the near future, we probably also want to stick to the savings plan approach with individual one-time investments if the market is great. As always, we'll let you know over WhatsApp or email. Very few of you are worried about the current situation, or at least very few tell us, which is good, seeing the global markets one slide earlier, because there's no reason to get crazy. If you feel you're getting crazy, that means only one thing. You invested too risky for your personal taste in the first place. So let's talk and decrease the risk for you. More of you reached out asking if you can profit in any way from the current situation. Political markets are usually very short-sighted. That's why I'm also not personally doing anything. I'm not trying to gamble in any of the directions. No matter how that whole situation resolves itself, the aftermath will probably take months, with a lot of political chaos when Putin loses and has to step down as the president of Russia. And lastly, before we come to the portfolio updates, interest rates went up a lot over the last month. Not to 20% Russia level, but closer to 2% here in Germany, especially when talking about real estate financing. Interest rates, money supply. The Russian population is already paying for that war with higher interest rates, which is basically a risk premium. And they're probably gonna pay for it at least for the upcoming decades, maybe even for the rest of their lives. Let's talk about the investing strategies. High safety strategy lost about 2% last month after rebounding a little bit. In last month's video, we were still up by about 1% since August last year. Now we're basically at zero with very little gains thanks to the dividends and interest that have been paid out last year. Nothing this year so far. This is so crazy if you think about it, that a full-blown war is happening right around us and the market didn't really react to it. Shows us all just one thing: nobody can predict the future. Just to remind ourselves, this high safety investing strategy is in risk category 5 out of 7, so we shouldn't lose more than 15% from the peak, meaning we are very well in range. If what you're seeing here gives you sleepless nights, you are either investing too much money or you're investing too risky, which is fine, but learn from what is currently happening and draw your conclusions from it. Our passive income investing strategy is risk category 6 out of 7, and that's also down about 2% in the last month, and still green since the start last August. Sadly, this is actually the only green chart in this whole video. Total return including dividends, and February was the highest paying month of all time, stands at 1.8%. My personal feeling is that most of you keep calm to what's currently happening because most of you are invested in this strategy actually. And when you get regular payouts and see some return on a regular basis, you are not that focused on prices jumping up and down, which is good. That's, by the way, also how I personally invest. With regular passive income that I can reinvest because I don't need that money right now. That is also pretty tax efficient to leverage on the 801 euro tax-free capital gains each person in Germany can get. And lastly, our high return investing strategy that is in risk category 7 out of 7. Ooh, that's scary. This is also the only investing strategy that is really down since the start. Minus 2.6% last month and minus 3.4% since last August. With the dividends last year, none this year so far, as in the high safety strategy, the real loss stands at minus 1.8%. I'm certainly not happy with the way everything's going, but what you gonna do about it? We all knew these times will come and we just have to sit through them. Return comes from risk. And if you're thinking that you will just wait until the war is over and invest then, let me already tell you that the news will focus on the new variant of the virus afterwards, or something else that works then as an excuse to scare people into not starting to invest. You heard it here first. If you want to join our investing community, feel free to apply completely online with a link in the description. And do the post at end or video at end, otherwise Fidelity won't open your account. If you have any problems with identifying yourself, let us know and we'll handle it. Wish us all tremendous gain and peace. Take care everybody.